Just a kid from Motown. Venomous smoke pot.
Oh, and I forgot to close my door. And I'm back. Yeah, this is the Venomous Wrestling Podcast, and I got my co-host Lala.
Hi y'all.
We just seen history, I guess you could say not history, but as we was getting ready for the show, the NXT Championship has been decided, and the winner is Finn Balor. He's your new champion.
They threw me off because I was like, "Sir, why are you coming outside? Did you forget something?" It was like the minute I turned the channel, Finn Balor was coming outside. I was like, "Okay."
I was confused. I'm like, okay, I'm getting ready for the show, so I'm just gonna turn on NXT to the show come on, and I'm like, okay.
Me too. But I think it's either because it's that Rhea Ripley and Mercedes match. That's gonna be in the end. It's in a steel cage.
Which one you ready to close the show out with, though?
I was thinking they was gonna close out the show with Finn and Adam, but you never know. That's what you got to think about it. They're trying to make WWE not predictable anymore. Because if you think about it, the way it ended last week, they're thinking, okay, well, they're gonna be in the main event. But they was like, nah, let me just switch it up. The only thing I can think of is somebody needs to go home early or something. They had a whole family emergency. I don't know. I don't know, but
my whole thing, they it was cool, but most people expect that to be the last match, so people didn't tune in.
I know some people would be like, they probably was like either somewhere at work or at a friend house somewhere. They think it's the main event. Like, nope. So now they gotta wait all the way to prior to out of the highlights on YouTube, because on YouTube they show the highlights. That's the only way they'll know what happened. Or unless somebody, like, if you're in a wrestling group like I am, shout out to Nah, by the way, and Jabba Tears podcast and Dead Ass Girls podcast. They will, somebody's gonna post spoiler alerts, and then Bleacher Report too, if you follow that, and Twitter. So either way,
they kind of threw the whole show off. I was gonna talk about what happened in part one.
Part one. Let me tell you something about part one.
We was on the show last week, and we didn't know who the champ, who was gonna be.
We did
champion, it. Well, we called it either gonna be champ or Balor, but before, when we got off the show, the match was about to start. So, we did our picks and stuff. So what happened was an Iron Man match that basically went to a draw between Adam Cole and Finn Balor, which we just found out today that Finn Balor just beat Adam Cole.
Champion. Let me tell you something. Part one, let me tell you something. That 4-way match, I was scared out my ass because Ciampa was not getting no wins. I was like, bruh, what you doing?
Oh, I was mad when Johnny Gargano won't bring himself in there and steal Ciampa's thing.
I know. He was just like, okay, he did all the work. Let me just jump in real quick. I said, really, bro? Really,
and
that's
then when he killed Johnny Gargano on that DDT. Whew, man.
That was it. I was like, good night. Thank you for coming.
He killed him. I thought he killed him. So I agree with Balor, what y'all was saying, being the champion last week. Being the champion because I guess you can rebuild that Johnny Gargano Ciampa feud again. To slow him back in there.
That could happen.
Look like it was heading. That's what it looked like it was heading.
Yeah, because that could happen until what's that child name? Until Cross comes back. Because I don't know if you see his social media. He's talking about day 13. Like he counting the days. Man is counting the days. Like you remember, it's like just like what happened to Aleister Black when he got his eye messed up, and he sent that sinister message in I think either Twitter or Instagram. That's what Karrion Kross is doing. He's like sending out saying, "Hey, just because I'm gone doesn't mean like I don't forget shit. I'm coming back for what's rightfully mine."
And I can say, Karrion Kross is going to be the champion. Everybody knows that Karrion Kross is going to be the champion. He's probably going to destroy it for Balor. He's going to destroy Balor probably because the optics of it will look bad if he struggles with Balor, and he destroyed Ciampa when he first came in. So it's like you got to have him come back powerful, dominant.
Wait, hold on. I guess they shaking hands, gave each other props, and they did Papa H is there, gave him a high five. Ooh.
Man, they just need to just remake the Bullet Club.
They can't. Isn't it trademarked?
Well, make it something else. Just have all the Bullet Club members in there. Call themselves Bulletproof or something. I don't know what you want to call them. But, you got
Wait, no. Not Bulletproof.
Man, I'm just saying, I don't know what you want to call them, man. But you got almost all the major characters in WWE that people love. People loved Balor.
I know,
people love AJ Styles and Adam Cole. The only ones they're missing is Doc. I guess you call him Doc Gallows now, and Carl Anderson. They should have let them go, but all the major players are in WWE. So I think we should just remake it or make them a tag team.
But majority of them is Majority of them is in some of them was at AEW too.
Well, not the major one.
Yeah, Gallo. The shade, honey.
They're Impact.
They're I know. I'm confusing them with the Revival. Sorry.
Yeah, the Revival. We're gonna get to that later about the bullshit that happened on Saturday.
Let's talk about that.
But so we've got through that part. Let's get to SmackDown. We had a lot go on SmackDown. A lot went on SmackDown. So your thoughts on Roman Reigns first come out? Yeah, like Roman Reigns came out and did his whole talk about his island. He's not his yard anymore, it's his island.
Yeah, his island. I'm like, sir, your island? Okay. Yeah. All right. You can't say his yard no more because that belongs to somebody else, but okay.
That's the Undertaker. Everybody knows that's the Undertaker. It's my yard. So, he goes to It's My Island, which could be Tama Tonga's line, because he used to say this is Tonga's Island. So you can go with that. That's another Bullet Club member, but you can go with that. So it's like he kind of come up with his own identity.
Speaking of Tama Tonga, he's still okay. I guess I don't know what's been going on. You remember eons ago, him and Roman had some beef going on, and then it died down. Somehow it's sparking back up again. It sparked back up again.
Well, he needs to do New Japan and come to WWE because Roman Reigns is not leaving the WWE. Vince is gonna pay Roman whatever he wants. So he has to leave. He has to leave in New Japan to come here for that to be a really blood feud. That would be how they both acting right now. That would be the perfect feud.
Man, listen, I paid good money to watch that shit. Watching in person too.
And then it was interesting. Jey Uso is the number one contender. That drew me for a swerve.
First of all, it was like, first of all, how he got in that match. Come here. I'm like, oh my God. First of all, I've been feeling bad for Pierce. That man blood pressure go Pierce blood pressure gonna go up, I swear. He was like, come here. And all of a sudden Jey Uso to the match. I was like, okay, which it's okay, it's understandable because Big E got hurt. And like I said, it was time for Jey Uso to just get out of catering or whatever the fuck he was doing and just get his moment in. But what threw me off was for him to win, to be the number one contender. It was like cousin versus cousin. I'm like, oh my God. I mean, it was
predictable. Like once they put him in the match, I knew Jey Uso was gonna win because this is to make Roman look more of a badass. Like, I don't even care about my cousins. He's gonna destroy Jey Uso. It'll probably be a 5-minute match.
No. Wait, it's not a champion. I hope not.
Look, if this is the last match of the night and they got like 10 minutes or like less than 10 minutes left, you know it's gonna be a 5-minute match.
So then Randy Orton and Drew Gulak's match gotta be longer then. I mean, not Drew Gulak, Drew McIntyre.
That's gonna be the longer match of the two, I believe.
Because I mean, I know we talk about SmackDown, but did you see Raw?
Yeah, we're gonna get to that soon. And then also on SmackDown, we saw the final. We finally saw the implosion of the Golden Role Models, Sasha and Bayley.
I'm glad you brought this up. What in the DIY breakup was going on there? I'm telling you know why I said
Sasha to turn.
You know why I said DIY breakup? The same shit happened with Ciampa and Johnny Wrestling. The same thing it was like with Sasha and Bayley. You see how they was walking all together, da 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 da. Bam! Mm-hmm. Everybody was expecting to betray Bayley. Everybody was speaking that. Even Corey Graves spoke it to the heavens. Was like, oh, Sasha gonna betray her. Sasha gonna betray her. Look what happened. You got Bayley.
Well, because Bayley is taking off as a babyface now. She's a babyface. So by her, not a babyface. I mean Bayley taking off as a heel. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Bayley is a heel, like full blown heel. So she's doing her thing as a heel. So it's like Vince McMahon is very like happy with her heel work. So I kind of knew. I just wanted to know how they was going to turn Sasha face, and that's how they did it. I thought they was going to just have Sasha beat the crap out of her, and then everybody cheer for Sasha, and they know now she's a face, like an anti-face, I guess. But
or something.
But she beat the hell out of Sasha Banks. She
beat her ass like she was missing like 5 G's from her drawer, from her suitcase.
Man, she knocked her wig loose. She knocked her wig loose.
There's a picture that they zoomed in, like she lifted her wig, and you see like a little like there was no edges or something like that. I said the internet be fucking up people's reputation.
And that was an ass whooping of all ass whoopings. I was watching that like good Lord. And I'm like, I don't get that about it. Yeah, I didn't think I thought that would be Sasha giving Bayley that ass whooping.
But if you think about it, after Sasha lost her Raw Women's title, think about it. Bayley was throwing some low key jabs here and there, throwing some shade here and there. So I caught a little bit of it, but I didn't catch all of it. So I caught
all of it, but I thought it was gonna make Sasha get pissed off and jump in her stuff, but I didn't expect that. But if you look more into Bayley's facial expressions, you can start seeing it then. Because it's like, okay, she looks like she's annoyed more than normal.
Yeah, she's like, it's like pretty much her whole demeanor was like, bitch, I carried you. Like you only had one job, was to keep the Raw Women's title. Then you lost the tag team titles. I don't need you. I'm the SmackDown Women's Champion. So now Sasha is out the picture. So what probably is going to end up happening, depending on how the injury is going to be, how fatal the injury is, she probably going to be out for like some months. She probably could come back at the Royal Rumble.
But we all know this is going to end at WrestleMania with Sasha beating Bailey at WrestleMania.
Yep.
That would be the ultimate thing.
That means Sasha's going to have to come. That means Sasha's going to have to come back and win the Royal Rumble.
Yeah. Or the Raw person can win the Royal Rumble, and then Sasha can win the number one contender for the SmackDown. She don't necessarily win the Royal Rumble, but it's going to either be that or she's going to be the number one contendership match.
But where did Sasha belong to anyway? Raw or SmackDown?
SmackDown. She's SmackDown with Bailey. So that's why I knew she was going to lose the Raw Championship, because she's a SmackDown superstar.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay.
So
okay.
by her losing, she, but it was this, good storytelling. This is like the best storytelling they got in sports right now is between them. Don't mess it up, WWE.
Please
Let
don't.
Sasha live for a couple months.
Let her come back for the Royal Rumble, win it, and just go ahead, go against Bailey, and then whoever's at Raw could just fight for the number one contendership against Asuka. Because I don't think there's anybody else who's gonna be able to take that title from her. Because if you look at it, Shayna and Nia are both tag team champions. Ain't no stopping them two. I'm sorry.
I'm saying this makes Shayna go for it, because Shayna's the biggest star out of those two to me. They ruined Nia Jax. They ruined her. She doesn't look the same to me. She's too over the top, too goofy now. She doesn't look like a monster anymore.
Not goofy. It's just like they made her look like she's like this whole bully. Like, not only that, it's like she injures a lot of people.
Nah, she's on Show DiBiase. She's on SmackDown because this is what happened. Because they was the tag team champions at the time. They can be on both shows. So she challenged Asuka for the title. That's why she lost the title, and that's why she got beat up on SmackDown this week. She got beat up, and she was on SmackDown first. That's when they reconnected as the Golden Rule model on SmackDown.
Yeah, because at the time when they was tag champions, they was going to Raw, NXT, as SmackDown, all three brands, and that's how Sasha was able to weasel her way in to challenge Asuka for the title.
Yeah, because you think about it, they challenged. Who was the champions before them? I forgot. I think it was the Iconics.
No.
Asuka. It was Asuka and
Asuka and Kairi Sane. Yeah, Asuka and Kairi Sane.
Remember, they had that match on SmackDown when they had the championship got changed hands, because it was on SmackDown. Both of those on SmackDown. They're gonna put all the biggest stars on SmackDown because they're trying to keep it on Fox. So SmackDown is gonna be the A show now.
And they keep it Retribution off of SmackDown. That's what I noticed. They keep it Retribution off, and they put it Retribution on Raw. That I read that in the article. They not trying to put Retribution on SmackDown no more.
Yeah, I think they got bad reviews or something about that. So
because let me tell you something. How was it on Raw? We got 8 people for Retribution, but then it's like 10, 15 people in SmackDown. Halfway.
Yeah.
Like people came in for overtime. I'm confused.
Yeah. Look like it's the Velveteen Dream fighting right now. The thoughts on Black and KO? We getting to the Raw thing. We still on SmackDown right now, but we might as well get to it since you segued into it. Yeah, we're gonna segue into it, so we're gonna go to the Raw recap. Well,
wow.
The thoughts of Black and KO, they're doing this feud right. it came out. There's a feud that came out of nowhere. Like it came out of nowhere. This feud.
It was like because Alistair was like he just came on KO show and this man was pissed, and I'm like, you're going after the wrong person. Why you here getting that KO? He didn't do nothing. He just invited you to the show, sir. That didn't make no
Yeah.
sense.
So by being like that, you know, they had to build their feud up, and then the Raw Underground thing was a nice touch. But what your boy do out of KO, whatever his name is, that was I think I got lost.
Kabuta. Shit, and
The tall guy, I can't pronounce his name. The tall guy,
I know who you talk about because well I
yeah,
watched
do out of KO or something like that,
like
and he beat the hell out of them two, and then I'm like, okay,
I think I know who you're talking about. It's Kabata. I don't know his name. If somebody knows this man's name, who we refer to, put it in the comments. Because I only watched like a highlight of Brawl Talk, and KO, said a message to him, was like, "Hey, dude, don't try to make a name off of my back. We're not doing this."
There you go.
Dabba
Thank
KO,
you,
yes,
Joe
thank you, thank you, honey. I was just like, man,
it's hard to hear Shane McMahon talk. At least when he's comment, he's saying stuff so
he talks
fast.
Yeah, he talks hella fast.
Like
and
his
I'm from
name
New York.
is something Dabba is like that. So, but I like they took it to Raw Underground because I think Raw Underground is actually good. It's a good get people not getting utilized, give them some shine to being like fake shoot fights. If that makes sense. You can build feuds
because when it first came out, a lot of people was questioning like, "Oh, why War Underground here?" And I said, "Okay, it makes sense." The only thing I didn't like was those dancers.
Yeah, they did.
I was like, the Nitro girls look better than that. What we doing? I was like, do we need to call Kelly on the speed dial, teach these girls how to dance? What was that other girl? Brooke Adams. What was it? Brooke Adams, Layla. Can we get those three girls extreme expose on the line?
I think we just wanted to keep, want to have an atmosphere, and but I like the KO and the KO and Alistair feud because those are both hard hitting people, and it's going as long as they play it right.
It don't look like trash. We good.
Yeah, you have to build them up, and I think the WWE got to start doing it because they got competition now, so they have to start building the new stars. They can't just go Roman. Randy.
That's the crazy part because even on Monday Night Raw, the day after SummerSlam, I kid you not, they was really focused on Roman's comeback. First of all, Roman is no longer on Raw; he's on SmackDown. Y'all don't need to be focusing on that. Y'all need to focus on your Raw children right now.
Yes,
Raw children.
You got to build up some stars. So because AEW was one thing, they got stars. They don't have storylines, I can say, but they have stars. So
they have stars. It's like with AEW, it's good to, but they're they're not really highlighting the lower card like they should.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's like
the only one I'll say is the Hurt Business. They are highlighting the Hurt Business.
I want their shirt, by the way. Not the one
they're highlighting the Hurt Business. They're doing the Hurt Business right. It's a bunch of people with no personality, and they putting them with a person that can talk. That's not, and it so happened to be black people that they're doing it too, but it works. Like Cedric Alexander wasn't doing nothing. Put him in the Hurt Business. Bobby Lashley with Lana. Put him in the Hurt Business. What was Shelton Benjamin doing?
Nothing.
Catering. So if they can build another stable like the Hurt Business, or even start building their stars up like they build in the Hurt Business, they should be fine.
They're talking about word on the street. They're talking about putting a girl in the Hurt Business.
Nah, I wouldn't do it. Just keep it. Don't make the Hurt Business so big. Like the NWO did it. It was at 3.
Let me tell you something. But with NWO, they switched out with so many people. I'm talking about when they was in WCW, they were just adding people, and then when they came to WWE, they was adding people, replacing people. was to the point Shawn Michaels was in the NWO.
Yeah.
I was like,
And I'm
what?
just saying, as long as they don't make the Hurt Business 16 people, I'm fine. You need to cap it off at 5. And maybe
Listen,
one more person.
not
But
16 people. Don't do them like that.
don't give them 16. Cause look, it takes away when you got 16 people. It takes away from the strength of the group. If it's like 5 dudes coming there wrecking shop, you're gonna be like, oh, that thing is that is a dangerous group. There are 5 people kicking everybody ass. And then, but if you got 16 people, like, oh, come on, man, this is too much.
Nah, 60 people, we gonna start questioning. Like, that's like damn near half the roster. Like, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah, you can't do it. As long as they keep the Hurt Business small but powerful, it's fine. A girl, depends on what girl you put in the Hurt Business. Right? Who could you put in the Hurt Business?
Shayna? I was just like, Shayna? But Shayna already has her crew.
Maybe Tamina, I guess.
Tamina? No, because Tamina's at SmackDown. And then what would probably end up happening? I know a lot of people make speculations like if Roman comes heel, then the Usos join them, and Tamina join them to make it look like the whole Samoan family thing.
But he about to kick the hell out of one of the Usos. So
so that barbecue, the next barbecue is gonna be a little weird. You know, he's not like Jay Uso said, he's not gonna underground could be pushing Ricochet, Ali, and where is Ali, by the way? Speaking of Ali.
I don't know. He had a match. Him and Ricochet had a match on main event. And it was a 5-star match. So it was a great match, but it's on main event. They've messed up. They should have left Ali on SmackDown. They should never broke down Ricochet.
But my thing is, you know what happened? I think they brought him to Raw, and that said because of that, it was like something like the reviews went down or something like that. Because they're like, what is he doing on Raw? He should have just stayed on SmackDown. If he would have made a comeback to SmackDown, then he would have made his way out to come for the Intercontinental title. Or try to make another.
Remember the hacker that just disappeared? But he was the hacker.
Yeah, they were saying that he was the hacker. I said, ooh, child.
Now we don't hear any more about the hacker because he went to Raw. So, yeah, they could be pushing stars like that, but Ricochet is not really like a fight club. Or they just needed to be pushing Ricochet because at least he could be in a U.S. title picture or something. He could be in something. He don't have to be he's not an upper card. He could be a mid-card champion, and that'll be fine. Ricochet going against the Hurt Business.
Oh, he could be a tag champion at least.
Or a tag champion.
He could do that. He could do that with Apollo.
Yeah, but let's talk about the Hurt Business now. Adding Cedric Alexander. What you think about that? Everybody saw that a mile coming, though.
I did. I saw it coming. It was just about time. Because think about it. Yeah, they had their little mind games. Like from the time MVP talked to him, Cedric's like, no, I ain't finna do it. But MVP got into that kid's head. Then afterwards, some shit happened where on the next Raw that Cedric ended up picking up the win. And MVP just smiling. I'm like, what the fuck you smiling for, bro? Like, he just beat your ass. But then I thought, like, He said, he figured he got potential. But then they jumped him in the back. That was just, for them to jump him in the back and Ricochet and Apollo come back in the last minute, that was like a little wake-up call saying, look, where was your friends at when you got jumped?
Yeah, right.
To me, that was like a whole initiation. Just saying. That was like, a jump kid.
The Raw before this one, he told him you with the person they call himself the one and only. And if you looked at when he said it, you gotta look at Cedric's face when he said it. And I'm like, okay, he about to turn on Ricochet. And then of course you can't have Ricochet in Hurt Business because people cheer for his moves. You gotta have people, you gotta have people in there that's you can boo. You can't boo Ricochet who doing flips all.
You can't boo him. He wasn't even even when he did Lucha Underground as what was his name on Blue Child?
Prince
Prince something.
Puma.
Prince Puma. He was a good guy, anti-hero type of dude. He was never booed. So it was just like along the lines, like, nah, like I could see Cedric as a heel. Might as well make Hurt Biz the new nation.
That's
No.
what they were going for. That's what they were going for. That's why
Yeah.
Ryan Simmons was there that one day. But with the Black Lives Matter movement and all that stuff that was going on, they said that might not have been a good look for the WWE. So you didn't see Ryan Simmons come to Motor because Ryan Simmons was supposed to be the manager.
Are you serious?
Trying to build a new nation. And then, but they worrying about their sponsors and all that other stuff. So they nixed it and just made it the Hurt Business.
Yeah, I did not know that. I thought he was just there just to be there.
That's the rules.
Cause freaking Ron Simmons, when he pops up, he be like, "Damn."
Yeah, but Pac changed his move sets also. Like he stopped doing as many flips as he did when he did that heel turn. Pac was, he changed it. He became more submission based, and you don't want Ricochet to kind of change his move set, because that takes away from him. But I could get it though if you can he doesn't have a heel face, if that makes sense. Like he has a wholesome personality.
He just like I can't see Ricochet as a heel. Not now. Not now. Because with Cedric, it made sense for him to be the heel because it's like, look at his backstory. When Cedric came in, yes, he started out and what was it? Before 205 Live, it was a Cruiserweight Classic. And he left, he ended up getting signed, ended up on 205 Live, ended up being a Cruiserweight champion. Then when he got moved to the main roster, you didn't get that much from him. You didn't hear that much from him at all. So now with him being in the Hurt Business, it's like, okay, this is a pick me up for him. It's like he could take this shit. Hi, Mike. He could take this shit and roll with it. Even his wife, Big Swole, was like, "Good, finally you out the catering business."
Yeah, the catering business.
She's out. He said she's out of the catering business. I said, "Girl."
It's Cedric needs a personality. It's like he doesn't have. It's like he has
one, but it's not showing because he's always in the back, or he was always at main event. Or
that's what I'm saying. He had a personality. He had a personality when he was feuding. When he did that big feud with when he was helping Roman out. Remember he was he was feuding and they showcased him.
Yeah, he was in a feud. He was in a couple of feuds and made him stand out. But then afterwards, everything just fizzles out. Okay, we're done.
Yeah, they say because Paul Heyman left. So when Paul Heyman left, Paul Heyman was trying to push him to the moon, and that's when he left. You saw Cedric go back to catering, and
that was it.
It could be the tired of being the underdog heel. Yeah,
that's true because we heard his speech. We heard his speech. He said he got tired of being broke.
No, he's talking about Ricochet. I think he's talking about Ricochet could be the tired of being the underdog heel. Yeah, he could, but he doesn't have that. No, it's just like even in his voice is not menacing. So it's like you see face.
I was like, leave it to Cedric because there was times Cedric had these looks on his face, like, yeah, that man he's sick of this shit. I don't know when he gonna turn, but he's sick of this shit. He even had a suit.
That would have been a big swerve if they'd have made it Ricochet. That'd have been we'd have like, oh, I didn't see that one coming. They'd have made it Ricochet.
No, because you know what happened? They're already dealing with Bailey, so they need to keep it as is. Because I didn't see it coming when it came to Bailey. Everybody thought it was like, even me, I probably thought like Sasha was gonna do it. Because she lost out on everything. So she like, fuck you, bitch. I'm out too.
Yeah. It's just, and then, it's just, I'm happy for Cedric because the Hurt Business, they need to they need to make him and your boy, what's it? Shelton Benjamin be the tag team champions, and Lashley stay being the United States champion, and the MVP just be the mouthpiece. I don't
There
need
you
to see
go.
MVP.
He don't be holding no titles.
He don't even need to hold the titles. He don't need him to be the U.S. champion and then Lashley be the world champ. I don't want to see Lashley the world champ yet. He's not built up yet to be the world champ.
Nah,
Eventually,
we still gotta do what's that child name? We still gotta do Drew McIntyre. We still gotta keep the belt on him. We still gotta keep the belt on him until further notice.
But I'm glad they're building Lashley up. I'm glad.
Thank God.
Stop with the stupid Atlanta stuff. That made me turn off WWE because I'm like, all right, come on.
I didn't like that shit with him and Lana. Like, I was like, hard. Okay. I was just like, okay. When they try to do the wedding, it was just like, okay, fine. They try to bring back something like the Attitude Era. That was cute. But then as time progresses, after the whole Lana shit between Lana and Liv died down, then it was just Lana and Lashley. But then as soon as MVP came in, I said, thank you, Jesus. Please break this shit up.
Not only because of that, everybody knew that she was married to Rusev. So it was like, dude,
I didn't find out. Here's the messed up part. I didn't find out until when I was minding my business on TikTok and I see her doing a TikTok with him. And then there was a time, I ain't gonna lie, because I just unsubscribed to her from her channel because it's not for me no more. Her and Rusev channel is not for me no more. I didn't realize when I looked at her channel, I see Rusev in there, and I was like, "Oh, y'all still married." Oh, and then on top of that, here's the messed up part. You know that thing that's going around with Vince McMahon is telling the talent like, "Yo, you can't post any stuff on your third parties, like the third party." There's an article going out saying that Lana it may be responsible for that. There's no telling what. How?
Well, she's breaking kayfabe because if I'm trying to build a storyline and you got your husband in the background, you breaking kayfabe.
And that you got the husband that they fired, by the way. Fired.
Yeah, they fired. And it's like it can break social media can break kayfabe. If I got Sasha Banks and Bailey beefing, right? But I see them on a vacation together, kind of like, ah, shit. We know it's fucking fake now. So it's like it takes away from it. So I can get why Vince doing it. I would say don't post under your name, post under your real name. So your character not tied to it. But
yeah, I think that's what they say. Like you can't use your character; you got to use like your actual name. I know Zelina, that's not her actual name, so she's safe because I know she has a Twitch account.
Yeah.
So she's safe. So she's good. But look, child, unless you copyright your name, don't be posting it under your account.
Like, people using their real names in WWE is safe, but it's not many of them. It's not many of them. And I think Vince is trying to bring back that we don't know what the WWE going to do next, Phil.
So pretty much it's along the lines like you can't post under Lana promoted a product that WWE wasn't sponsored by them. She did that as her character. Oh shit.
So yeah, you are screwing up the product.
Oh hell no, ma'am.
Yeah,
but she still got TV time. That's crazy part. She still got TV time with Natalya.
That's because you can't stop the storyline once it's gone. But they're gonna find a way to watch. She's gonna see her future endeavor pretty soon. and like Xavier Woods. Yeah, Terrence, what's up, man? Thanks for watching the show. Yeah, Xavier Woods. That might affect him. That might affect Xavier with the up, down, down. That might, that's a big show on YouTube.
Yeah, like unless he got rights to it.
That's big. Like that, I didn't even think about Xavier Woods, but he got a whole following on the up, down, down show.
And then on top of that, he just got back for doing because they bring it back talking. They brought back talking smack on Saturdays. It was my actually this Saturday was my first time watching it.
Yeah.
Saturday morning, and it was actually a dope show because it was with Jay Uso and Alexa Bliss. Ooh, child, I feel bad
But
for her.
yeah, speaking of SmackDown, I like what they're doing with Alexa Bliss and the Fiend. They talking about making that the new Joker and Harley Quinn. So
Pretty much.
I like the Joker, so I'm okay with it.
I'm good with it. I like the Joker. I like Harley Quinn. The crazy part is with them is that there was a part on SmackDown that Alexa and Nikki Cross was talking. I don't know if y'all caught it. They're just having a conversation. Alexa's like, yeah, I'm sorry. That wasn't me. They hugged it out. You see a certain puppet in the back, Wobble Rabbit, whatever that dude is for the funhouse.
Random Rabbit.
I said, look at him in the back being messy. He being messy.
Yeah,
and it was right after Bray Wyatt said, oh yeah, we're bringing somebody next week. I said, what the hell?
Man, she's gonna do the full transformation, and she's gonna turn on Nikki Cross fully. I hope.
Is she gonna turn on her?
But they say Bray is gonna be the babyface.
How?
And because Roman is the heel.
Can you
continue to use up, down. They just can't call each other by their stage names.
Okay.
So they gotta call them by their real names. Which
so
is gonna be weird.
What about the podcast that New Day have?
Probably can't go. They probably got to use their real names. They can't use Big E or the New unless the WWE is sponsored by. They probably going to pay WWE some money for it.
Oh Lord,
it's
Jesus,
bad, but Lana caused it by. I think it was an energy drink that she sponsored. I think it was an energy drink.
And nobody did talk to her. Caruso did reach out to her and say, "Hey, ma'am, you can't do this." Because
Lana has to be stopped.
Yeah, because I remember back then I used to watch Total Divas hard. And this is when Eva Marie was in it. And it was some shit that Eva Marie did. She was doing a photo shoot. And was it Tony? What's the guy from Talent? I forgot his name. He reached out to her and said, hey, you can't do this. So that's when she took I think her husband took into action. Like I'm talking about, she had to get her shit copyrighted, trademarked, all that type of shit. And then like right after she got fired because of the whole wellness failure thing.
Oh, she was on coke. Huh? She was on that coke. She was on that booger sugar.
No, she wasn't. I thought she was like they said that she was taking Adderall.
Man, look, I heard it was a coke. I heard she was on that booger sugar.
I did not know that.
Adderall and booger sugar.
Cause they was like how she was on Adderall and she came in with paperwork, but she was supposed to come in with more paperwork, and because of that, she got fired. Whoop, 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 this, that, and third. But
she was on coke. She was on coke.
Oh, child!
Adderall. They gonna fire you for some coke. That's the word around town that she was on coke. So
this is brand new to my ears. Because that's when her husband was going off on Twitter. Like he was going in on WWE.
If you could give someone a turn by Bray Wyatt, who would it be?
A turn? Give me a turn.
If part of Bray Wyatt character is he turns people into who they used to be.
The buzzards. The buzzards.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think that's what I think he means. A turn, like he turns characters. Like he turned Finn Balor back into the Prince. He turned
Seth into the Messiah.
Yeah, he turned Seth into the. I don't know what the hell he turned Seth into, and then
the Messiah.
He turned Braun back into the monster. And I guess you could say he turned Roman back to his original self when he came into the shit with the Shield, just
He
kicking
never,
ass, doing
but the
all
thing is
that.
that I don't think Roman never lost to the Fiend.
Yeah, I just think he come in contact with it. I think that's the
That's
and the
it.
Fiend never lost. I don't think the Fiend never lost to Roman though. Like Bray Wyatt lost to him, but the Fiend never lost to Roman because Braun got pinned.
Yep. So it's like that's something we gotta look into later on in life. And then also you gotta think about that wall of shame that he got in the background where people's eyes are like cut off. Um, Kane. Kane's just the mayor now.
Yeah,
He's not Kane no
yeah,
more.
man. She was on that booger sugar.
Stop.
He was on that booger sugar hard, man. That's why hair wasn't the only thing that was red, man. And my eyes was red. She was on that booger sugar.
I did not know she was got all that. I did not know that.
Man, I'm telling you, that's the word around town. She was on that booger sugar. That's why she got out. But Bray, I think Bray should do like the three faces of Foley, man. Like they should be different characters. We
That's
don't need
what
to see
I
the
think.
Fiend.
I think that's what they're pushing for. If you think
Yeah, we
about
don't
it,
need to see the Fiend too much. I just only want to see the Fiend for a payoff match. Kind of like they used to do with Finn Balor with his demon character. Like it's a payoff match, we're gonna see the demon. It's a payoff match, we need to see the Fiend. He can lose as Sweater Vest, Bray Wyatt, or even
first
Buzzard
of
Bray
all,
Wyatt.
let me bring this up: the match with Finn Balor and the Fiend. Let's rewind back to hands of time. Where in God's green earth was the demon back then? That's who I was looking for.
He said he
Now
didn't want. Finn said he don't want to do the demon anymore.
he needs to hang up that jacket real quick, just for a quick second, and bring the demon out for the Fiend. I
He
was
said,
tripped out about that. I was tripped out.
but the Demon King never lost, so you're gonna give a Demon King the L against a fresh face Fiend? You
Listen,
can't do that. You
listen.
can't do
We
that.
don't know that it was gonna be an L. It could have been like
It's gonna be an L.
some shit would have went left. We don't know
At
that.
SummerSlam, I'm saying that SummerSlam match.
I was
We never saw
so
nothing
in
like
my
the
feelings.
Fiend. We never saw nothing like the Fiend before in our life. Walking down the aisle with a lantern of Bray Wyatt's head, and you think he's gonna lose the match? I didn't think it was gonna be a squash match as it was, but pretty much. I thought he broke Finn Balor's neck when he grabbed it.
I know. I saw that. I got scared. I was like, "Wait a minute, is that
So
supposed to hurt?
I
Wait a
just
minute."
I just don't want the Fiend to become cheesy. Do not
I
make the
don't want him.
Fiend.
I don't want him to be buried. I want the Fiend to stay, but at the same time, I don't want him to come out every often. Just keep Bray Wyatt there, and the Bray Wyatt as the buzzards, and also keep the Fiend come out when it's like close to a pay per view. Don't have him come out every freaking SmackDown. I'm like, look, no more until like the next pay per view. When it gets closer, you bring that man out.
Yeah, it's like you can have Bray Wyatt wrestle in the sweater a lot, and then he can get his little Alexa Bliss thing and end with him with the sweater. I don't want to see the Fiend in love.
Yeah,
In love,
that'll be some Beauty and the Beast shit.
I don't want to see.
Beauty and the Beast shit. I'm like, Disney gonna sue. Disney
Hurt,
gonna sue something.
yeah,
Hurt. Seth
yeah, he hurt.
Finn,
Seth,
Miz.
Fiend, Braun, yeah, he hurt. But I could say he actually healed Finn because he made Finn back to what he was. He beat him up and then he hurt him.
Seth,
He
he
beat him
hurt.
up and then he hit him. So I think that's what it is. I think he beat up Seth. Seth became his messiah person, pulling people's eyes out. I guess you can call it healed his character because people was getting down on Seth. Finn, he helped Finn too because Finn is the champ now in NXT because he was getting a little stale too. And
Child.
the Miz, he went back to his old character doing the little head chop thing with John Morrison. So I think he really just hurt the Miz. Alexa,
I don't think he hurt the Miz that much. He was just fucking with his head real bad.
yeah,
It's to the point like they went to his house.
I don't
They
think
went to
he
the
healed him though. I think he just was hurt. I guess that's a few they didn't really go into. It just
No,
stopped.
it was just a filler.
Yeah, it just stopped. And then Alexa, she's going back to that Harley Quinn character she came in with. Remember, she used to wear the little pigtails when she first
Yeah, she's
came in.
about to be 5 feet. Was it 5 feet of fury? 4 feet of fury?
Whatever she is.
Yeah, she gonna come back to. She gonna be that character. Cena.
Cena, he could be a heel. I hope so.
Yeah, he was
Uh,
healed.
yeah, hurt heel turn, heel face turns. Not too many of them face turn though. Like when they
No.
face the heel, they all turn heels for the most part.
Yeah, because John Cena afterwards, John Cena was gone. Back to Hollywood he went. Daniel Bryan, he wasn't heel. He didn't turn heel. He just became a face.
That
Uh,
that's the only one who turned face was Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan, Cena was a face, but then he just went back to Hollywood. That's it.
Yeah, and if he come back a heel, he come back to the Doctor Thugonomics. Then we need to keep the Fiend around because he's turning everybody back.
That be some shit
And,
though. Dr.
and it's like,
Thugonomics?
I'm just saying, Finn really is in a tweener. Like he was a heel when he came back, but then people start cheering him again. So he's
Yeah,
a tweener.
he was a heel because people thought he was gonna join my Undisputed Era, but he was like,
Yeah,
no, Adam Cole, I want that belt. Fuck you, sir. I'm not joining your
like
crew.
the Miz always changing face and heel. So I
Yeah,
don't think it really affected the Miz. Braun
it
Strowman,
did.
yeah, he turned him heel. Seth went heel. So he's making more heels than he is faces. So I guess you could call the Fiend the face since he's making heels. I guess you could call him a face. I don't know.
I guess so because I mean everybody still cheer for the Fiend because of his whole character and demeanor. Even when Bray Wyatt was a bad guy, everybody still cheered for him.
So I think he's a
I
face or
don't know.
anti or
Anti-heel, a
anti.
tweener. Can you call him a tweener?
Yeah, he's a tweener. And before we get out of here, we don't want to just give WWE all the shine. It
No.
was AEW's All Out, which was
What
all
happened?
garbage in my book. I'm sorry. That was the worst AEW pay-per-view they didn't have. I don't know. It's
I
not
didn't.
that the lack of action. It's the lack of storytelling that's going on with AEW, but I like both brands equally. It's not like I'm just a WWE guy. But it just felt cheesy, and SummerSlam was better. SummerSlam was better than All Out. All Out was supposed to be there like WrestleMania. That's supposed to be there. They big
That,
deal.
that was hold on. That was supposed to be their WrestleMania.
Yeah. And
Child.
SummerSlam was better. Now Payback was worse than All Out. But
Payback was rushed.
It was
Even though
rushed.
some of the matches were good, but Payback was rushed because we still had to fandom about SummerSlam, and then I turn around Payback next week. I'm like, what?
Oh
What?
man, yes. It all started with Bass Siddell, aka Evan Bourne, tried to go for Airborne, and it like God grabbed him by the throat and choke slammed him down. I kid you not.
Somebody made a video. There's a video out there saying that when God choke slam you
Yeah,
from the heavens.
it looked like God choke slammed him from the heavens. It didn't even look like a shooting star press.
I saw
It is
that
like
shit. I was
he
like, what
flopped
is
around like a
that?
picture man on his back. I swear to you,
I
it was
saw that
botched
video.
city. It was botches all over. And then Matt Hardy almost killed himself. Like, well, I don't know if it's Sammy's fault, but
It's
it's like
somebody's fault.
it was supposed to go backwards through the table, but he went too far back, and his head hit the concrete instead of the
Shit.
table, head under the table. Yeah, it was botches. The whole night was botches. And it's like, maybe you're doing too much athletic stuff and not enough storytelling. Okay, we get y'all got the superior athlete. Storytell a little bit. Let us get invested in the character. You know, John Moxley is John Moxley. And
more like damn, DiBiase. Shot stop press. No.
man. And you know, I was all for it. You know, I like FTR, but AEW basically has all WWE champions.
They do.
Except for the women's division. Shout out to Thunder Rosa, but she didn't win. But you know, Sarah won it. The Japanese lady, I can't pronounce her name.
I know who's talking about.
Yeah, she won, but it's besides the women's division, John Moxley, former WWE superstar. The TNT champion, Brody Lee, aka Luke Harper, WWE. The Revival, WWE.
We were just talking about those
champions. We watch AEW because it's different. It's not like the WCW did that. They had some of their own people being different champs.
Man, listen.
It's just like y'all are becoming a WWE because it's like all the people that's holding belts are WWE people. So what are you proving? That your guys are good enough? So why is Kenny Omega not a champion? I mean, like, they doing Kenny, even though Kenny did a turn, but you know, he turned on a Hangman Page. People seen that coming a mile a minute, but listen, it needs to be shored up. It needs to be shored up pretty bad. Yes,
they're the new Impact. Pretty much.
It's like the guy coming from WWE, you push him, but you're not building up your stars. It's okay to have those guys. Those guys already built up. You don't need to keep building WWE stars. People know who they are. Like, I swear, if Zack Ryder gets a championship, I'm going to lose my shit.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming.
I'm going to lose my shit
be prepared. Be prepared.
And then you're getting these AEW groups. Oh my God, AEW is so much better than WWE. How?
How, Sway?
When you're using all their talent, y'all roster is basically the reject that the WWE didn't want. Let's put it that way. Except Moxley, because he left.
Except for Moxley, he just said, "Fuck this, I'm out." Y'all get on my nerves. Y'all don't let me be myself.
Yeah, Moxley and they were, because basically the Moxley character is the same as it was in WWE. To me, it didn't really change. It's just that he's more violent. He's more violent.
No, here's the thing. What happened was that he said he mentioned that he in the article they didn't let him be his actual true self. They was holding him back.
All he is a more violent Dean Ambrose. It's the same base character. It's okay. It's not like he changed so much that we don't recognize him. It's just like, okay, he's allowed to throw people through stuff and flip people off.
Yeah, but no, because when Dean Ambrose made a comeback, when he came back, from his injury, looking like Tommy from, what was that? What's that show? Power.
Oh yeah.
They didn't know what to do with him, so they was like, okay, let's have him turn on Seth. Then afterwards, him and Seth squashed it because Roman came back. They became the Shield. Then when Roman left, then he turned on Seth again. It was just too much.
Yeah,
they didn't know what to do with him.
I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him and Jericho because it's a career renaissance. But the rest of the shit is just like, I don't see AEW lasting if they keep doing it like this. They're talking about they're killing us and they're killing the WWE in ratings, but I'm like,
where?
You're killing the third brand. Y'all killing the third brand in ratings. Y'all killing the NXT. Well, y'all not really killing them, but y'all winning against NXT. And when NXT beat them, they say, "Oh, we're winning in the key demographics, 18 to 46." I'm like, come on, AEW. Look, the reason why y'all not going to be around, y'all not even getting 1 million people watching.
And then not only that, here's the thing: they're not pushing the other people that signed on. You get what I'm saying? There's people that's from the indie scene that came to AEW, and they're not Stone Mox John.
Yes, he
I
didn't
hate it
change.
here.
He didn't change, and it just needs to like they need to get better because this pay per view was supposed to be. I see if it's like a regular pay per view. This is supposed to be y'all big pay per view, all out.
They had the red carpet and everything. Cause I saw a little snippet. I said, "Oh, y'all got red carpet? What we doing?
It
Red
started off
carpet."
with that botch, and then it was just okay. It was okay pay per view. It's they had a couple of the title changes.
They were playing
FTR.
hot potato. They was playing hot potato with the titles. It's okay.
FTR won. Okay, that's the only title change, and Moxley won. Moxley being Moxley, but it's not nothing that I really can be like, oh my god, 5-star match, or as Meltzer like to say, 7-star. 28 stars.
Damn. So that means it was really that bad.
It was okay. It was like
And
Payback. It's equivalent to Payback. Just that's a
it
cool
was.
match. It was.
You sound
I'm
like me when I was
back.
talking about SummerSlam with the Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville match. I was like, yeah, it's okay.
It's like I seen some dynamites that were better than All Out. Just being honest. That's just my opinion. Now, some people like stuff better than other stuff better than me, but
Oh no, best to believe somebody's agreeing with you. Somebody's agreeing with you. Don't lie, bro. It was a snooze fest. DiBiase was agreeing with you. I didn't watch it Saturday, so
it's like okay, I'm glad I didn't pay money for it. I'm glad I got it on the site. I'm glad I didn't pay.
I didn't even know you had to pay money for it. I thought it was just like
because it's a pay-per-view. You gotta go pay money with Bleacher Report Live to get it.
Oh my god!
I'm glad I got it on the Cinema HD app. Watch it the day afterwards.
That was smart. That was smart. I did not do none of that. I think what did I do Saturday? Saturday, I think after I clocked out, I was watching me some YouTube videos and trying to do a couple of TikToks, and I went and sleep.
It's bad. It was okay. I give it to you. It was a clusterfuck.
Until I saw that video with they said when God choke slam you from heaven, I said, "Oh, this looks like it's gonna be a shit show." Oh, thank God I didn't order it.
It only got worse. So
they need a
AEW build your stars. People in America wanted to see Kenny Omega. Build Kenny Omega. Because everybody was talking about how great Kenny Omega was and New Japan. I caught most of his New Japan days, but not everybody a wrestling person like me. So for the typical or the average wrestling fan or the fair weather fan, they want to see what the big hype about. And you got him in AEW losing and not being
looking crazy. I'm like, look, honey, look, you got this child in the Thunderdome. I don't know if it was on SmackDown Raw, but he got caught in the Thunderdome, and I was like, look, time to go. If he's over there in the Thunderdome, we got some questions. We got to talk.
I think AEW was a good idea to start out with, but then they start losing their way. The only thing
is the oh God. Yes, the oh God.
They got the best announcers in the game now. They got Tony Schiavone and JR. So they got the good announcers.
They have JR, yes, they do. But
and then I want to tell people, y'all stay off of JR case. There's no reason to get mad at JR.
What happened with JR? The situation with the girl with the malfunction.
Yeah, he said, I hope she does like have a wardrobe malfunction. That's just JR being funny. That's not JR
I'm sorry. Whoever got mad about that, they need to do their homework. Let's go back to how he used to do commentary for Monday Night Raw and all the pay-per-views. And what's crazy, they used to have this man come to the pay-per-view to this with the when the OGs was wrestling to come commentary. So whoever is on his case, leave that man alone. Let him be great with his barbecue sauce. They probably
I'm
just
just
mad
saying,
because they got barbecue sauce name
it's
after
y'all
him.
for y'all.
Let him be great. Shit. Talking about Orange Cassidy, the old god.
The old guy. Oh yeah, the old guy, Orange Cassidy. Yes, he is. At first I was like, I didn't get uh his gimmick at first. I was like, oh, what the fuck is this shit? And then I actually saw him wrestle. I'm like, oh shit, this dude
I
can actually
saw.
wrestle.
I remember somebody posted a video of him on Facebook. They was like, "This is how light skins wrestle." Like no joke. And then somebody tagged me. It was like, "Lala, who's this?" I said, "Oh, that's Orange Cassidy. He's just cool. He's just he's just doing his thing, kicking ass at the same time with his hands in his pockets. That's it."
Yeah, he's a cool dude, but it's just they put him in a stupid match. Yeah, Mimosa Madness or whatever the hell that was.
I didn't know what was that about. What happened?
Shit. All I know, it was like a big ass mimosa drink. It was some shit that WWE would do in the Ruthless Aggression era. Some
Like
stupid
the
shit.
like the gravy match, like the mud match, like that.
Shit like that, but it was a mimosa. It's
Jesus.
not even worth talking about. But he was good in the match. It was a good match until that bullshit started happening on the win. But stupid. It's just like put him in a. I guess he's a comedic wrestler. I guess, but he's
Pretty
such a
much.
good wrestler. He's a good damn wrestler, so you might as well put him. He's a popular wrestler too. You might as well put him in the main event because MJF, to me now he's alright. He's an asshole, but he's alright. It's not nothing to rave home about.
Like, oh my God, MJF.
All these stars don't. It's just like these stars don't mesh. They don't build their characters up because they don't have any.
It's like it's a big, like you said, it's a big clusterfuck. It's like everything is so rushed. It's rushed.
I was
So rushed.
look. He's on one. It's basically there.
Mimosa Mayhem, aka wrestling in a kitty poop helmet.
I was.
No.
I'm trying to be objective about this because
We're
I don't
just
want to
gonna,
seem like I'm shitting on AEW.
no, we're
But
not. It's just that it's along the lines like
this
they
wasn't a
just
blue. Who thought this shit was? Who thought this was a good idea to put Chris Jericho and Orange Cassidy, two good wrestlers, they good wrestlers, and a damn kiddie pool full of, like she said, tang. Bullshit. More bullshit. So this
child.
be glad you didn't watch.
Retribution was better off going over there.
Shit. Oh, man,
I'm just saying.
but you got any shout outs before we get out of here, man? Because that AEW stuff was just shit.
All right. Oh my God. First of all, shout out to the Nog community. That's the rest page I'm on. Shout out to my sis, Ruthless Lala, because she did her thing on BCW. If you go on her page, her promo's there. She said what she said. That's all I'm going to say. Go to her page. That's all the shout outs I got.
Shout out to you. Shout out to Show DiBiase because he had
This
us
man had us rolling.
in tears, man. He's like a third person on the show because some of the stuff he said was true.
He
So
said it was a mimosa instead of mimosa, it was a pool full of tank. Oh my
it
God,
looked like a
sir.
food. Shout out to you for doing the show.
Yes.
And we're gonna be back next Tuesday. Hopefully they stop with the Super Tuesday stuff so we can we can
What's
actually
going
talk about
but why did they move it to from Tuesday to like from Wednesday to Tuesday? I never understood that.
NHL playoffs.
Oh. Oh. Damn.
So we'll be back next week with more of AEW and WWE and NXT. So we'll see y'all later.